Hey guys, so everybody's got that story, right? That story about when you meet a celebrity and you would hope that it would actually be really cool, but it's not, and it's the exact opposite. So, today what I'm gonna do is tell you about one of my stories that happened to me. The celebrity that I met was Ethan Embry. Who's Ethan Embry? Exactly. If you guys are familiar with the movie Can't Hardly Wait, he was the guy trying to give the letter to Jennifer Love Hewitt. That's Ethan Embry. So what happened? Well, I was on the set of Brotherhood, which is actually something that Showtime filmed. And I'm standing there just having a chat with a couple of my, other extra people that I'm working with. And he comes over because he's not in the scene and just starts having a conversation with us about what the most ridiculous shit you could possibly imagine. So he comes over and I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? He's like, hey, what's up? And there's something off about him. Like, I think he's probably high, right? But he comes over to me and I'm like, oh, hey man, what's going on? He's like, oh, crazy. So I saw this internet clip the other day. I'm like, cool, man, what was the internet clip? He's like, there was a guy standing there and he was lifting a bowling ball up and holding it in place with his ass. So right away, I'm thinking to myself, I'm having this conversation with the guy from Can't Hardly Wait. He is playing a principal role in Brotherhood, and now he's telling me about a clip that he saw online about a guy holding a bowling ball up with his ass. So what do I say to that? What's the only thing you can say? I mean, this guy's got a bigger role than me, and I'm just some extra, so I'm like, oh, cool, man. That's crazy that guy could actually do that. So you said you saw this online? And he was like, yeah. So next thing that happens is the most funny thing ever. I hear some guy go, Ethan, we need you back on the set. And then he just looks at me and he goes, hey guys, I gotta go. And I'm like, all right, man, see you later. And that was my experience with Ethan Embry. So it wasn't everything I hoped it was going to be, but hey, I met Ethan Embry. I guess that was cool.
Oh, I didn't see you there. But hold on a sec. We put this down. I too have had a run-in with a celebrity. Let me tell you, it's a little more intense than the workout I was just having. This guy, his name is Robert Kirkman. Yeah, the Robert Kirkman from The Walking Dead. Well, not from The Walking Dead, but the guy who created The Walking Dead. You know who I'm talking about. So the year is 2001. I'm in Chicago at Wizard World. It's this huge comic book convention event type deal where like you have all these different celebrities and you have all the different like companies that all come together and stuff like that. We walk around, we have a good time. You've been to one of these things before. So I'm walking around with my buddy Rob, Roberto from Steambox. Yeah. So anyway, we're walking around and your boy Robert Kirkman comes up to me and he's like, dude, you gotta check this comic book out. And I'm just like, all right, cool, man, cool. Maybe later? And he's like, sure, man, sure. Like, later, right? I'll check you out later. You're probably gonna walk by here again a bunch of times, and I'll be standing here, right? So I'm like, yeah. So, of course, we're walking around the convention, and yeah, we go by that same spot a bunch of times. Every single time we walk by this guy, he's just like, dude, check this book out. So I stop and I look at it, and like he's handing out ash cans. So if you don't know what an ash can is, it's like these little comic books that like are photocopied and just kind of folded over, and like they usually have like this weird like they have different colors for the covers. So like you might have like a blue piece of paper or a yellow piece of paper, but there's no color to it. They're all black and white, and it's just literally photocopied and stapled together, and you bring them to conventions and you pass them out. Now, this ash can wasn't like, like The Walking Dead or Invincible or any of the stuff that you might know Robert Kirkman from. What it was Battle Pope. Battle Pope. Battle Pope. So I grabbed the ash can from him. It was like 50 cents or whatever, right? And then he finally talks me into buying his graphic novel, like, because he actually did get this printed. So I bought it. I think it was like $10 or $15, and I put it in my bag, and I was like, thank God, man, dude, like, can he leave me alone now? And now this guy is Robert Kirkman, the Robert Kirkman of The Walking Dead, biggest show ever, right? And yeah, I just blew him off, like, whatever. I could have probably hung out with this guy and like had a drink or whatever and like befriended him, because like he was literally just walking around. I literally thought this guy was just like homeless or something, like just walked in off the street like, hey, want to buy an ash can? Like, probably didn't even write the shit, I'm thinking, but it was definitely him. Kind of still looks homeless, but